What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. Let me just start by saying I'm sorry. I apologize. My voice is probably off, and I know I sound stopped up. For you that don't know me outside of YouTube, you probably unaware, but my father went back into the hospital earlier this past week, and I spent some time up there with him. And I don't know if I caught something in the waiting room or what, but I've got something going on that's just absolutely horrible. So I apologize if I have to stop and cough or anything like that in this video. Um, if you're wondering what we're listening to in the background, it'll come on and off. This is the Great Gray Compilation, available on Chugcore. It's 40 tracks. If you haven't picked one of those up, definitely go grab one. They're for a great cause. The way... sorry. The way I'm going to do the answers to your questions is I'm just going to go down the list in the order that they're that the comments are in on the YouTube page that for the video that I asked to ask the questions. So I'm not showing any special treatment or anything. I'm just going down the line the way they are. So I guess without further ado, I'll just jump right into this. Jason Freeman said, "Congrats on the 150 subs." Thank you, Jason. He says, "Where are you from? Because you sound like you're from Texas." I know I have a strong Southern accent. I'm actually from a small town in West Tennessee. There's not that many people here. Passive Metal, good old Tanner. If you haven't checked out Passive Metal's channel, definitely go do that. He says, "Congrats, man. You definitely earned it. Here's a few questions. What genre is currently dominating your favorite releases of 2016? Well, that's a pretty easy question there. It's got to be atmospheric black metal. Definitely. There's been so many come out this year. We got Winter Lore, which is probably my favorite release from 2016 out so far. You've got Eldamar, fantastic release. Lasker, the new Sojourner that's coming out. It sounds absolutely amazing. I know I'm missing some just right off the top, but definitely atmospheric black metal. Easy answer. I just answered number 2. What's my current favorite album of 2016? Right now, it is the self-titled from Winter Lore. Fantastic black metal release. If any of you guys haven't checked that out, definitely go do that right now. My thoughts on the new Carnifex single, and am I looking forward to the new album? I'm absolutely looking forward to the new album. I enjoy Carnifex quite a bit. The new single, it was a little bit different, but I really enjoyed it. It almost sounded like Carnifex was taking a black and deathcore approach to this upcoming release. I know that lyrically they have some very black metal themes in their lyrics already anyway. So definitely looking forward to this new direction in this new album. Is there a story behind the necklace you always wear? That's actually a really good question. I was in a relationship, a relationship that ended very badly. I guess 14 years ago now. I was engaged, and it ended in probably the worst possibly way that that relationship could end. And I was out, and I bought this for myself as kind of a reminder to pick myself up, and that I can overcome any kind of obstacle like that that's in my way. My wife now is actually a bit jealous of this necklace because it and I have been through so much over the last, I guess, 14 or so years. So definitely a good question there. And what's with the Care Bear on your shelf? It's not there anymore. But that was actually a childhood toy of mine from when I was a wee young, I guess, a 2-3-year-old. My mom found that in the attic not too long ago, and I brought it back to the house, and that's why it was sitting on the shelf. But thanks for your question, Senator. I appreciate that. Next up, we have Bailey R, another great YouTuber. Definitely check his channel out as well if you haven't. He says, "Congrats," and my favorite non-metal genre. Well, I know a lot of people don't consider deathcore and hardcore. I'm not even going to throw those into the possible non-metal genres because they're pretty closely related. I'm just going to leave, I guess, extreme music out of that altogether. I guess the easy answer for that would be, just kind of like rock. I I enjoy some like ambient type stuff as well. As you've probably seen some of the stuff in my collection. I don't know if I really just have a favorite genre outside. I mean, I appreciate all kinds of music from R&B, hip hop, even some country, classical. I love classical. It's I can probably find the good in just about anything. So, but my favorite that's tough. That's obviously heavy and extreme music is probably my favorite. So any kind of dark ambient, any kind of offspring of that is probably my favorite. What got you into metal? Um, that's kind of hard to say. I'm a bit older than a lot of the younger YouTubers doing this. One of the albums that I know, Tool. I remember seeing Tool videos on MTV quite a bit. When I was younger, I really enjoyed. I was kind of mesmerized by the videos for. I know Sober. That was one that really got me into heavier music. One album that I absolutely loved that kind of opened the door was Rob Zombie's Hellbilly Deluxe. I know now it seems so I guess soft compared to some of the other stuff that I listened to, but it was definitely I guess a foot in the door for me. So White Zombie, stuff like that. So thanks for your questions, man. Next up we have Brian Reddish. He is an awesome YouTuber. He keeps me going on this channel quite a bit. He's always hitting me up with some good comments and questions on my videos. He says, "Hey, congrats on the subs. I really enjoy watching all your videos and definitely entertained by everything that I see on your channel." Thank you, man. He says, Mountain Dew rules. I'm skint right now, guys. I'm drinking Best Choice again, but should have a check coming in this week, so hopefully it'll be back to Mountain Dew." Number one question is, what has been your overall experience growing up in the South and being a metal fan? I really haven't had too much problem here. I know that some people, especially right here in the Bible Belt, I remember going to a Marilyn Manson concert. This has probably been 15 plus years ago, and I remember the protesters and everything telling us that we're going to hell and all that. And as a Christian myself, I don't base my religious beliefs on the music that I listen to. I've never understood that judgmental, just putting down of others that some religious people tend to do to others. That's the absolute opposite of what we're put here to do. So I've always been kind of put off by that. I know I get some funny looks when I wear certain shirts, but I don't know if that's just a South thing or that may happen all over. Just kind of the frowns to some of the stuff that I wear. I haven't really missed out on too many bands touring because a lot of them tour the South and stuff like that as well. So other than the general, I guess, people looking down their nose, it's not as bad now as it used to be. That'd be the only, I guess, negative aspect of being a metal fan in the South. What does your wife and or family think about your total obsession with this kind of music? My wife, she's really good about it. She tolerates it. I'll say it that way. She doesn't really listen to heavy music at all. I drag her to a concert every now and again that I think that will be a little bit accessible for her, that maybe she'll find some kind of enjoyment out of it. I know we've seen Deftones together and Stained and stuff like that, but she doesn't get into just the heavier stuff. But she's very supportive. She used to buy me albums. She doesn't anymore because I have so many. She's afraid she'll get me something I already have. But like for birthdays and Christmas and stuff like that, she'll either give me like eBay gift cards or music store gift cards. So that's pretty awesome. She's definitely a keeper and very supportive of my hobby. Does anyone that I work with like metal of any kind? To an extent. I know there's a few there that I've seen like in Slipknot shirts and stuff, and I'll ask them about some other bands that I like, but I don't think they're as deep into the type of music that I listen to as I am. But at times I can drive by their machines and hear them playing something that I enjoy coming from their forklift or something like that. So occasionally we'll have something to bond and talk about over like that. So. And number 4, what was my very first metal album? Oh man, I honestly, I'm trying to think. Like I said, I'll be 35 this year, so that just gives you a hint of how old I am and how long I've been listening to this. Honestly, I believe my very first metal album was a cassette tape, which I don't own anymore. It had to have been a cassette. I want to say it was either Slayer's Rain in Blood or 6 Feet Under's Haunted. But honestly, I honestly cannot remember. That's all from Brian. I appreciate those questions. Next up, we have Charlie Pettifer, another awesome YouTuber. Check his channel out. He does a lot of horror movie reviews. Talks about some other things on his channel. It's not all strictly metal, but it's some very interesting stuff he puts out. So definitely check that out. Charlie asks, have I ever heard of a band called Soar? And my thoughts on them? Absolutely. I have I forgot the name of the album. I got medicine going. Hang on. Bear with me. Here we go. That didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would. I have Aura. Fantastic release. Fantastic atmospheric black metal, kind of folky stuff going on this. I want to pick up Roots as well, but I just haven't gotten around to picking that one up. But I absolutely love Soar. And what was it like organizing my CDs? Where in the world would you like to visit? Oh, that's 2 separate questions. Okay. What was it like? It was a pain in the ass. I moved probably 2 or 3 times over the course of the past 2 or 3 years. Well, not now, but prior to moving into my current residence. And they were all in boxes and out of order, not organized. It took me days to get these alphabetized and put in order. And then I had them on some different shelves, and I bought new shelves, so I had to go and move those over. It's definitely a labor of love when you have a collection this big, but I wouldn't trade it in for anything. And where in the world would you like to visit? I've always wanted to visit. I'd like to say I love Chinese food, so definitely China, just to eat. But I know their Chinese food would probably be. Maybe Chinatown to start off. Maybe that might change. But definitely some places in Europe as well. I love the history in Europe. I'd love to go see some of the stuff that's so old, older than stuff in the U.S. even compares to that we see here. Definitely, I love haunted history type stuff, so the castles and everything. I believe Ireland is one that my wife and I could probably agree on to visit sometime in the future. And also, I took French in high school, so there's some places in France that I would probably like to visit at some point in my life as well. My overall place in the world of Germany, Wacken. I would love to go to Wacken at least once in my life. That festival is on my bucket list, and hopefully I'll make it one day before I croak. Daniel Hood asked, what's my favorite albums of 2016? This one's a little bit broader. I answered what my favorite album was. Definitely, it's right now it's Winter Lore, self-titled. The Flesh God Apocalypse album King was absolutely amazing. I was blown away with that one. That one definitely ranks up there. Eldamar, the Eldamar release, the Force of Nature, I believe is the name of the album. I'm sorry if that's wrong. That one is high up on the list. Kind of drawing a blank. Let me see. Let me pull up my ripped files here so I can kind of look. This will just take a second, and there we go. Like I said, the Flesh God Apocalypse King is there. Fallujah's Dreamless. I was definitely impressed with that. The Eldamar release was the Force of Ancient Land. That was a really good release. Uh, Serifical Euphony by Hyperion was a really good release as well. Um, Other than that, I just don't have too much popping up in my mind right off the top of my head. I know King Goat has an album out, Conduit, I believe is the name of that. They're kind of a doomy type band. Definitely a good listen with that. Um, I'm planning on doing a video more in depth on that within the next couple of weeks or so. It'll be my favorite albums from 2016 so far. So definitely stay tuned for that. And thank you, Daniel. I appreciate the question there. Assyrian Metal here. Good old Michael has some questions for me. Says congrats. Thank you. First question is favorite death metal band. Oh man, that's that's tough. It's a pretty broad spectrum there. I love Skinless. Skinless is probably way up there. Cannibal Corpse. Um, if I guess favorites, it would have to be probably between those two. Favorite brutal death metal band. That's another. I don't know what what we're gonna classify as brutal death. I know some people will classify Skinless as that. If that's the case, then Skinless. Um, Favorite folk metal band. Oh me, I love Luviete, Corpiglani, obviously because it sounds like my name. Um, I don't know if I absolutely have a favorite. I like Fintroll, Arcona lately. The Russian, I believe they're Russian. They may be from Ukraine. Something. Their lyrics are all in Russian. I know. Arcona has been one that I've really recently gotten into. My favorite melodic death metal band, In Flames. They're pretty much a guilty pleasure of mine now. Yeah, In Flames. Favorite black metal band. Oh me, that's another man. You killing me with these, man. It's hard to. I enjoy so many. It's just like you're asking me to pick a favorite child or something. But black metal, Burzum possibly. I know for me they seem to be the most influential. Um, a lot of the atmospheric stuff as of late is more of been my speed as far as getting into. Well, that goes in number 6, favorite atmospheric black metal band. Let me see. Let me think. That's another tough one. It's hard for me to pick a favorite out of those. I don't know if Finn would be considered atmospheric black metal. I know they have some doomy parts. Geez, man, you stumped me on this. You got me. That's my favorite atmospheric black metal band. That's I guess Caladan Brood. I don't want to summoning. Man, I don't know. I'm moving on. Most anticipated album of 2016. So far, I'm looking forward to the new Carnifex. I know that one's coming. Sojourner. I listened to that one already, but I don't have the physical copy, so I'm looking forward to owning that. I'm actually looking forward to the Epico release coming up here pretty soon. I know not a whole lot of people are into them, but some good symphonic metal there. I just off the top of my head, Despised Icon. I know that should be a pretty heavy hitting release as well. I tend to get surprised. I guess they tend to sneak up on me. I always seem to be playing catch up on listening to the albums. I just don't have the time to stay on top of the game. I guess I'm always late. I hear stuff and pick up orders a week or two after everyone else. So, Metalhead, my buddy Mark asked, "Who's my favorite non-metal band, and how many CDs do I have, and what's my favorite subgenres in metal?" Okay, my favorite non-metal band would probably be the Eels. They're kind of depressive pop rock, I guess. But I've enjoyed the Eels since my high school, maybe even middle school days. I remember when Beautiful Freak came out, I fell in love with that album. So definitely the Eels. How many CDs do I have? I have just over 1,700, I believe. Last time I looked on Discogs, what I have listed on there was about 1,720 perhaps. So, and what's all my favorite subgenres in metal? Oh man, atmospheric black metal right now is one that absolutely is dominating. I like deathcore. If lately it's been some very death metal and deathcore seem to have a lot of originality in them these days. I know that there's a lot of copycat bands in them as well, but there's some innovation going on, pushing the boundaries in those genres as of late. Um, my favorites, it's I know I don't talk about it all the time, but doom metal. I believe like Typo Negative. I know a lot of people that don't know me personally probably don't know that, but Typo Negative is my favorite. Oops, wrong arm. I'm an idiot. My favorite band of all time. That's kind of the gothic doom metal. Agalloch is one of my favorite bands. They have that kind of atmospheric doom sound to them. Just I don't know, doom metal, progressive death metal, brutal death, atmospheric black, deathcore. I don't know, man. It's hard to. It just depends on my mood. I mean, at times I even like power metal and everything else. So it's my mood changes. I'm a moody person, so if you ask me tomorrow, I might be in a completely different mood, and my favorite subgenres would be something completely different. So, but thanks for the questions, and also if I didn't say subscribe to Assyrian Metals channel, definitely do that. He's another great YouTuber in this as well. The last question is from Ike. It says, "Great work, Classy. Keep it up. I really enjoy your videos, especially the very clear audio." Smiley face. Thanks a lot, Ike. I really enjoy your comments as well. I know I say I really enjoy everything that I listen to. So thanks for keeping me on my toes, buddy. He wanted to ask me where I'm from originally and where I currently reside now. Originally, I'm back living in the town that I was born in. So this little small town in West Tennessee. I haven't ventured just too far. I moved about an hour north of here for a while, lived there for about 10 years, and then I moved to Virginia for about 6 months. I lived in Norfolk, Virginia, and it was a complete and absolute culture shock when I got there. There were so many people. Here, I'm not even used to having to stop at red lights because they just stay green because the traffic isn't that congested. And Norfolk just kind of, it was almost more than I could handle, just all the people there. So I'm back to my backwoods origins now. So thank you for that question. And how is the metal scene in your area? There is none, absolutely none. And finally, Trump or the bull? That's not nice. Trump or Hillary? We'll just leave it at that. That's pretty tough. They're both. I'm absolutely terrified of either one, and I know I'll take some crap for this. If I had to choose one, I'm probably going to vote for Trump for the simple fact that of the Supreme Court justice that's up for grabs. Hillary absolutely terrifies me with some of her super progressive ideology as far as her selections for the justice. But at the same time, Trump terrifies me as well. It's almost picking what I feel is the lesser of two evils. I think we're screwed either way. So that's a good note to end the video on. I thank you guys for watching. Don't unsubscribe just because I said Trump. You know, there's still time before November. Things could change from here and there. So I appreciate all of your questions. Thank you for watching. I'll start the collection videos back up here pretty soon. I'm going to try to take a little time to get over this, whatever this is, before I do too much more. But as always, I appreciate all you guys, and thank you for watching. Thanks for the likes and subs. Like I said earlier, once I hit those 200 subs, we'll have a pretty decent giveaway coming. So thank you guys. I'll see you next time.